All right, you guys. Today is Thursday, November the 25th, Thanksgiving Day, which can only mean one thing. It's time for my traditional Thanksgiving on the front porch of the Fakahatchee Hilton trail camera pickup. This is the world famous Fakahatchee Hilton in the Fakahatchee National Preserve State Park. There you go. It's a 1957 cabin. Whoa. Got my swing over here and my same table. Got all my food in the cooler. We'll get to it in a minute. Let me take you guys on a little tour here. We'll go back here on the dock, see what's going on. Oh, that's pretty. I love rounding the corner of the Fakahatchee Hilton, coming back here to the pond. I'm out here later than I wanted to be. I had a little run-in with something on Jane Scenic Drive on the way out here, and I can't wait to show you that. That was one of the highlights of my day for sure. There's 3 gators over there on the log. It's kind of cool and overcast, so they're not out sunning themselves so much. There's one right there. That guy's always sitting over there. Every time I come out here, that one's sitting over there. Hey, buddy. All right, we'll head back up here, and then we'll go down to the peninsula, and we'll see what's going on down there. All right, this should be a pretty good episode. I checked my trail camera this morning out in Big Cypress on my way down here, and then I spent the day in Big Cypress and the Fakahatchee, so I'll put in these videos kind of in reverse order again and work our way back to the morning when I picked up the trail camera. Let's see what we got out here on the little peninsula. Oh man, we got one dinner guest. Oh no. Hey buddy. How you doing? Oh man. Keep the tree in between the gator and myself. A well-behaved gator. Alright buddy, I got some chicken up here on the porch if you want some. Oh man. Well, we had one little mishap with the trail camera this morning, but I still got enough videos to put in an episode here, and then I got enough good B-roll action today that I'll have enough video clips to put in to make this a super terrific, awesome, exciting episode of trail camera pickup. But even with a couple negative things that happened today, nothing could be better than spending Thanksgiving on the front porch of the Fakahatchee Hilton. So I will go ahead, get my food out, and we'll get to eating. All right, well, let's get over here to our front porch swing and our little table, and we'll get my cooler here and we'll see what I got. Oh man, we got some delicious stovetop stuffing. We got some cranberry sauce. We got some of our King's Hawaiian savory butter rolls. And of course, we got a big old whole chicken thigh and a leg there. I got another leg because I'm hungry. Let's see what else we got. We got our delicious Sutter Home Fine Chardonnay from California. Oh. And for dessert, I got a couple Entenmann's cherry and apple pie. So that is gonna be good. So I'm gonna go ahead now and put in all the videos that led me up to this point today, as well as the trail camera action. And then I'll be back and we'll wrap it up after I'm done eating. Oh my goodness. Let's see what time it is. 3:58. So I made it here in like 16 minutes or so. I think that beat my record from last year. I don't know if any of you guys know anybody, but I'm gonna put in a shameless request. We need to start an email campaign to some of these electric bike companies with the big fat tires. Get me an electric bike sponsorship, because I can't do this anymore. All right, I'm gonna get my food out, compose myself, catch my breath, and then we'll do the intro to this video. All right, guys, it is 3:43 and I am going to be super late. We got 1.7 miles to get out to the Fakahatchee Hilton. I wanted to get underway and get out there by 3 o'clock, so I'd be there before 4, which would give me a full hour to spend there. I want to be heading back to the parking lot here before 5 o'clock. But something just happened to me that caused me to be late that you are going to see. I'm going to show you that now. And it was definitely one of the highlights of my days here in the Fakahatchee Strand. So I'll put that in here now and you'll see why I'm going to be late. Trail cameras prohibited. All right, let's go. All right, you guys, we just saw what is thought to be the rarest mammal in North America, the Everglades mink. He's right there in the tree. Oh, he's right there on that tree. Oh, he's right there. Oh, yeah. Gotta get my video out for that. Damn. I'm gonna be late to the Fakahatchee Hilton, but it's worth it. Crap, I'm gonna be late to the Fakahatchee Hilton for sure. So I'm gonna be staying here for a while. It's alright. The sun's getting ready to hit that spot. It's gonna be awesome. All right, we made it. Got my vultures there greeting me. All right, we gotta go across the street here. Pay your $3. Oh yeah, it's 2:04. Means I got an hour to get to gate 12 so I can get underway on my bike to the Fakahatchee Hilton by 3 o'clock hopefully. Oh yeah. Right here's another one of my favorite swamp orchids. This is the clamshell orchid. They're not as rare as the ghost orchid or the night scented, but they're still pretty cool. I've seen quite a few of them around here in this little spot. This is my secret spot. I'm not telling any of you where it is. All right, it's 12 o'clock and I need to head to the Fakahatchee. I want to be heading to the Fakahatchee Hilton by no later than 3, so I don't have to be coming out of there after dark. There's bears and panthers and stuff. Oh. And just like the Oh crap, there's a gator right over there. I didn't even see him till just now. But as I was saying, the reason why I come down here in November is what I'm doing here, videoing a night-scented orchid. I found this spot this summer in Big Cypress that has all these night-scented orchid plants, and I know that they bloom in the fall and winter, and I found some in the Fakahatchee my last 2 Thanksgiving trips, so I had to come and check this spot out this year. I'm glad I did. I've seen a few flowers around, but they've been up really high. Here's one here that's a little bit lower, but it's not open fully. It's still a beauty. So this is a good spot, but we just saw a gator right over there. Cool, man. Alright, so if you're watching this video, that means I made it to the end of the day in the Fakahatchee and the gator didn't get me. Well, alright you guys, we are here now in Big Cypress National Preserve. It is 8:26 in the morning. We got 0.26 miles to get to this camera. But before we get to it, I want to give you a little backstory on how and why I chose the spot where the camera is. Back in January, I had a camera stolen and I was down to only 2 or 3 cameras. So I wrote to this company called 2Guard and I asked them if I could demo a couple of their cameras. So they sent me 2 cameras, that 2Guard H100, which is the camera we're here to pick up today. It's kind of their flagship camera. And this little guy here, this is the 2Guard H20. It's a $49 camera. It runs on only 4 AA batteries. I put it out in the field a couple times and it was working well. The video quality is pretty good, but after a couple of months and a couple of bad rainstorms, the audio stopped working on it, but the video was still working okay. So I decided to use this little camera as a scout, and I just was gonna put it in a couple areas that I was always curious to see if they would be a good trail camera spot, and this here is one of them. This is just a little ditch here that back in June was almost completely dry. There's a little bit of water in there. So I put this little 2Guard H20 over there on one of those little cypress trees overlooking this ditch. And I'm going to go ahead and show you some of the clips that I got on it. Well, being that the audio stopped working on this camera, I'm going to go ahead and put in some ambient sounds and do a little voiceover. This is me setting up the camera on June the 12th. As you can see, there's just a little bit of water left in the ditch. But then 2 weeks later, that ditch is full of water and full of gators. That's a big old gator eating a little gator. Now you can see all those little walking catfish there to pick up all the scraps. That's my gator death roll sound. That big old gator's just tearing them limb from limb. So as you can see, it didn't take long for this water to fill up, and once it did, all I was getting in here was gators and catfish. But I like what the camera was doing for me. It was showing me what was in some of these areas that I was always curious about. So now we're going to go down to another spot where I set the camera and was getting some good action. I don't know if you can see, there's some serious bear damage on this camera here. So I decided to put the H100 in its place. So let's go see what we get. We got 0.10 miles to get to this camera, and I'm starting to get a little nervous. Today is November the 25th, and this water should not be here. I know it was really wet during the month of September, and that's when I put this camera out, and at the time there was some ankle deep water in front of the camera, but I was hoping it would go down. I wasn't getting a lot of activity the first few times I came in and checked the camera, and I was hoping that the water would be gone, but I'm not so sure now. This little tree right here is always gonna have a special place in my heart. This is the spot where I got my one and only, what I consider a wild fox 2 or 3 years ago. And even though I've gotten some fox in my parents' backyard up in North Carolina and my sister's backyard in Tallahassee, this spot here way out in Big Cypress is what I consider my first and only wild fox. So we got 0.10 miles to get to this camera. I know the water's going to get a little deeper, but hopefully the area where I have it dried up some and we got some sweet action. So let's see. Just in here taking a nice leisurely stroll through the water early in the morning. Birds are chirping. I almost stepped on that giant turd right there. Get out of here, man. Oh, man. My foot was coming down right on his head, and of course he opened his mouth and all I see is that white cotton mouth. Get. You stay over there on that side of the fence. I don't want to see you in here again. Oh, let's get out of here. Yikes. I don't know, you guys. Still a lot of water in here. The camera's about 30 yards or so up here. Getting a little nervous. Oh, man. I can see where the area where the camera is a little more dry. I just had the camera set up over this little clearing right through here. And there she is. Oh. All right, but before we get to it, I'm gonna take you over here where I had the little 2-guard H20 set up as my little scout. Had it set up on this cypress tree right here overlooking this same spot, and I came in here and checked it every time I came down here and was getting some decent bear and deer action. So I'll go ahead and show you some of the clips that I got on the H20. Well, here's some more ambient sounds and voiceover. Here's a nice healthy looking Florida black bear. And here's a big old male bear. I've seen that one on my trail cameras on Brokeback Trail and some of the other spots around here. He always looks like he's got something wrong with his hips. He's walking funny. Here's a nighttime buck. Looks like a 5-pointer. They always got to come by and sniff the camera. And here's a good one here. You can see 8:52 in the morning on July the 18th. I come in and check the camera, spend 3 or 4 minutes there. And here's 11 minutes later. Oh man, we just missed each other. Yikes. Here's a nice little doe. That was about an hour and a half after that bear walked through. And here's what I call the typical swamp buck. Usually a 4-6 pointer, and you can see the beam on their rack is pretty narrow. These are the ones that you see in the old black and white pictures from back in the 20s and 30s when they were down here hunting the bucks in the swamps. Here's another big old bear. You kind of hope they just keep on walking through, but 9 times out of 10, they smell something. And they always got to turn around and make a beeline straight for the camera. Oh no. Oh man. He's going for it. And he turns around and starts scratching his back on the camera. And you can see the shadow. That's the tree that the camera's on. He pushed the camera all the way to the side and about knocking my little cypress tree over there, scratching his back. And the next clip is me coming in here turning the camera back, inspecting it, trying to figure out what happened. Walking around, scratching my head, looking around for any signs of human activity, and then hoping that it was just a bear that pushed it to the side. There's another little swamp buck. This is me again, come and check the camera. Usually condensation on the lens first thing in the morning, so humid. I found the best way to get the condensation off the lens. Yeah, lick it. Tastes like bear. Well, just over a 2 or 3 week period, that was some pretty good action. Even though I got some serious bear damage right here on my lens. That bear was shaking this tree. You could see the shadow over there. That was pretty funny. So I decided to bring the H100 over here, put it in the same spot, and there she is. Let's get this thing open. All right, I'll go ahead and turn it off here to reset it. Come on. Oh, whew. All right, it's on. So go ahead and turn it back on. Go into setup mode here. That's where you can go to replay to see your videos. 27 videos. That's not good. I put this camera out, or the last time I checked it was September the 25th, so it was exactly 2 months ago, and I think that's the same number that I had then. So it doesn't look like 95% battery still, so man, it doesn't look like this thing was working. There's me setting it up. There's a deer, oh, there's a bear. There's the videos that I had. There's the bear. There's me again, turkey, deer, me again. All right, well, let's go ahead. We'll take this SD card home, put them on the computer, and see what we get. All right, today is Sunday, August the 22nd. This looks like a really good spot. I had a test camera over here for a couple weeks, and it got destroyed by a bear. So I hope they don't get you. Good luck. How you doing? Cool. Well, I definitely lost 2 months worth of videos, so that kind of stinks, but at least I had the videos from the H20 and the few videos that I did get while the camera was here for a few weeks. So it wasn't a total loss. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take this camera, test it out, be sure, see if it's taking videos, and I'm going to go put it on Brokeback Trail, I think. Well, I'll go ahead now and we'll head back to Fakahatchee Hilton. Well, even though we had that mishap with the H100 camera, I missed 2 months worth of videos. At least I did have a few before the malfunction, and all the videos from the H20 camera saved the day. So that was a pretty good spot. I did leave a Browning camera with the solar panel there, so I'll have another video from that same spot in the future. I think it's going to be a pretty good spot once that water goes away. But I did eat all my food. I put my table away the way I found it. Make sure I didn't leave any food scraps anywhere for the bears to eat. They do have a ring toss game here on the front porch of the Fakahatchee Hilton. I've been playing a little bit. Oh. Oh yeah, 2 tries, baby. Whew. All right, well, let's see. It is now 5:09, which I wanted to leave here by 5 o'clock. Sunset is in about 24 minutes. So that should give me plenty of time to leisurely bike my way back down East Main Tram, about 2 miles to the parking area. Hopefully I won't start cramping up halfway down like I did last year. Oh no. But in all, that was a good day. That Everglades mink was super awesome. It's only about the 4th or 5th time I've seen a mink down here, but that definitely made my day. So in all, it was a great day. Never a bad day in Big Cypress or the Fakahatchee Strand. So I do appreciate all you guys watching, all your comments. I got 2 or 3 cameras out in the woods right now, so I'll have a few more videos very soon. Thanks for watching, you guys. Whew.